Welcome to the Bridge Between Worlds video podcast. Tips, techniques, and inspirations to help you survive and even thrive in deeply transformative times. I'm your host, Anya Sagan. Sometimes there's moments when you've been through some major stuff, and when you're in the thick of it, it's like, what am I doing? This is never going to end or something like that. And then when you come through it, there's this sense of relief. Especially the difficult stuff can be challenging, very challenging. And we can get into a point where we're thinking like, have I screwed up? Is my dream, or are my dreams never going to take shape? Am I, whatever, like the whole, whatever it is that your mind tends to, wherever your mind goes with it. But when you have the breakthrough and you hold on to, and just even if it's the tiniest little baby step forward into what it is that you're desiring to create, that you're feeling called towards, it can make such an immense difference. Even though we may not see it at the time, especially when we're in the thick of things, when it's really uncomfortable, we don't really see the impact that a tiny gesture may have. But it's in those tiny little baby steps and doing them consistently that we can really make huge leaps forward, even though, like, we've been kind of taught that we're only really making progress when there's some major visible result, right? Like suddenly you get like, oh, here I'm getting a promotion of $20,000 a year or something like that. A hawk is just flying over me right now. The mind, we've been programmed to believe that the success we get has to show itself very visibly, very noticeably, and observably to others, or whatever, provably in the external, for it to really be valid. And sometimes we can think that, oh well, is this just this progress I'm making only in my mind, only am I just seeing things through rose-colored glasses or something like that? But what I would say very definitively is that we are globally, as an entire species, as humankind, we are moving forward in ways that are unprecedented, and the results that we have been used to having to push through so much to get very, very, either very little results that are visible, or like having to wait very prolonged periods of time for this big shift in the external. What has been happening now, because the nature of our consciousness is shifting massively from its fear and domination control methodology and mindset, into one where things are sustainable and gentle and incremental. And incremental change, especially when it's on a very internal, in an internal way that we've been calibrating these things, doesn't outpicture itself in our reality necessarily in a very obvious way, at least not necessarily right away. It's a longer term kind of thing. It's kind of like the seed underneath the snow in the wintertime. It's there, and it is being nurtured. And all of the chemical processes and evolutionary things that are going on inside the seed are going on. We just don't see it. And what I'm feeling, and my guidance has been saying very strongly to me, is that we are not just headed for a massive, massive shift. And this is the astrology and a lot of other people, a lot of psychics and stuff that and people that I follow on YouTube and in other platforms, all have been saying the same thing. And it's like so many different cultural backgrounds have been sort of pointing this too, like the psychics and things like that, or the intuitives of all kinds of different backgrounds have been saying it, that this is a massive, massive leap in our evolution. But it's not coming from what we've been used to change coming from through force, through violence and things like that. And those things are not sustainable. I mean, there's a lot of very, very wise people who have said that change doesn't happen through force. Lasting change doesn't happen through force. It happens through, it's kind of like trying to grow a garden and in soil that hasn't been prepared. It's just like you come and like knock out whatever it was that was there, and you don't replenish whatever the minerals and things like that need for the new whatever it is you're planting to grow. What is happening now is through incremental and gentle change that has to do an evolution inside ourselves. That's what the change is happening from. It's not going to be happening from some major military conquest where we go and bomb cities and try and force other people into submission. It's about a global collaborative way where humankind functions as an ecosystem, like a family of people supporting one another. And I just made this in a parking lot just after I finished a class here at the gym, a yoga class, and I just felt so strongly moved to share that even if it may seem like you've been going through, and there's a lot of turmoil, a lot of upheaval, a lot of really challenging things going on in the world right now, a lot of fear, a lot of political chest beating. I'm gonna come and do whatever this is whenever I want to with whoever I want to, kind of thing. And there's a lot of fear mongering, but the seed underneath the snow is moving forward with its growth, which the seed underneath the snow is the lasting change that we are co-creating. So if you felt discouraged, if you felt in any way that, oh, I've done all this work, and I'm sure a lot of us feel this way. I know I've felt this way so many times. It's like, I've done all this work, where's the showing of it in my reality? And I want to assure you that every fiber of my being and my guides and all of the indicators that I've been observing for quite a long time all say the same thing. Stay the course. It is happening. It's just not in hasn't been in a rapid, very, very obvious way. The old powers that be still struggle to maintain power and are flailing, but are trying more and more extreme tactics to try and maintain the fear of it and control through threat and violence, or threat of violence, whatever. But they're standing on, so they're kind of hanging on to something that's not sustainable. And so hold the course, and I'm not pretending that any of this is easy, but we were born for this. We were designed to navigate these waters. We were designed and built for this time to do exactly what we're doing. Hang on, keep going, keep doing things towards your dreams, even when the world is crazy, because you are the seed underneath that snow, and springtime is coming. Thanks for listening.